Class 12, we will be starting here with this new chapter, poverty and unemployment. Now, you all know that the main economic problem of any developing country or underdeveloped country is poverty. Now, why we are telling that poverty is a problem of mainly less developed countries? Or developing countries. That means, does it not exist in the developed countries? Now we will come to all these concepts. So first, I want to start with poverty as a major socio-economic problem. Now, why we call poverty is a major problem? Because people are suffering due to this chronic problem of being poor. Poor means they don't have money. Not only that, they don't have sufficient money to fulfill their basic needs. It is not they're thinking about luxurious things in life, they are only thinking to encompass the basic necessities of life in their consumption basket. So, our human want is always to maximize our utility, maximize our level of satisfaction. But when we think about the poor, they don't think about all the luxurious things in life. They are only thinking about the basic necessities, and even they are not getting to avail those basic necessities in their consumption basket, like food, clothes and shelter. So there is a entitlement failure. That means all are entitled to have food, shelter and clothing because these are basic necessities, but the poor are having entitlement failure, means they are not getting to avail these minimum things of life to survive. These are the things needed for survival within their consumption basket, and that's why we call poverty is a problem. It is a socio-economic problem. Now, what do you mean by socio-economic problem? Socio-economic problem means where the mass or the society is being troubled. And economic problem, why do we refer to poverty? Because economic deals anything related to money. So poverty of course is related to economic, because people are poor when they don't have the money value or the basic resource money to avail the things. So they have very less money, and that's why it's an economic problem. So since this entire society suffers, so it's a social problem. Since it is related to money, it is also known as economic problem. So it is a major socio-economic problem. Now coming to the problem of poverty, its existence is mainly found in less developed and developing countries. Now you all know from the name that less developed countries, they have very low income. Their low income is due to less production within the economy. Now you all know that more the production in any economy, more will be the sale of these products and it will translate into income. And less is the production, less will be the income generation. Moreover, these less developed economies, they have very high population. So whatever income the nation is able to earn is divided within many number of heads. So each person is getting hold over very less money, and that is why the problem of poverty persists, because with that less money, many are not being able to avail the basic necessities. So these are the causes for which It is a crucial problem, socio-economic problem, mainly found in less developed or developing countries. And poor people you also found in developed countries as well. But the depth of poverty or the acuteness of the problem is less over there, because on one side they have enough productive power, their production capacity is more, so they produce more and production is more, and that is why their national income is more. And second thing, in developed countries, you have already done in class 11, they have proper planning. So that is why the population is under control. So population is not increasing at that rate. So population pressure is less, and that's why the increased income which is earned is divided within less number of people. And when so much income is divided with less number of people, each gets hold over a major share, and that's why they are able to fulfill at least the basic necessities of life within that income that they get. So in developed countries, the acuteness of poverty is not there. But poverty's acuteness, or how deep is the problem, we find when we think about this less developed or developing economies. Now if you compare the poverty between these two countries, you will feel, if you compare the poor, you will feel that in less developed countries, they don't get the basic necessities. So they are literally poor. Like they don't have hold over food, clothes and shelter. But when we talk about poor of the developed countries, what do we see? How poor they are? They are able to satisfy their basic necessities. So with their income, they are able to satisfy their basic necessities. So there is not so much, the problem is not so deep over there. Then why do they also have poor? In developed countries, poor people means those person who cannot enjoy luxurious or comfort goods and cannot involve all those luxurious things of life within their commodity basket. So it is not that they cannot avail the basic necessities, it is only that they cannot attain a reasonable standard of living which other people are leading in the developed countries. So if you compare the poor people of less developed and developed, there is marked difference. In developing or less developed countries, the poor means they cannot avail the basic things of life which is very much needed for survival, for sustaining their life. And in developed countries, poor means they are able to satisfy themselves with the basic necessities, but they are unable to go into higher standard of living like all the other peoples of developed nations are living, because the cost of living is high. They cannot afford the luxuries and comfort compared to the other people of the developed nations. So they are poor. Now coming back to again less developed and developing countries. Now inside these countries you will find that there are many people, they are poor. Now what defines poverty? There is an imaginary line, we call it poverty line, and people who exist below this line we call BPL, or below poverty line, and those people who are crossing this line or have crossed this line, we call them APL. So this is an imaginary line, we call it poverty line. If any person's income is below this line, we call them below poverty line. And if any individual's income have just enough to cross this line, we call them above poverty line. So this poverty line divides the entire population into two groups, BPL and APL. Now, how this poverty line is defined? You need a basic assumptions to draw this poverty line. That is, how much income if you get is sufficient to call yourself that you are above poverty line, and whether you are achieving this income or not. Accordingly, it will be decided whether you fall in the BPL category or not. So this poverty line is defined by income of a person, and what this income should be. Now, we are only considering about the basic necessities. So food, clothing and shelter, these three are the basic necessities we know. But there are many people, you will see that without shelter also they can survive. In fact, without clothes also they can survive, because there are people who can distribute old clothes and they get hold over it. But about food, food is a regular, repetitive requirement. You require 3 meals daily minimum, and every day there is a recurring need for food. But somebody can give you old clothes, but somebody cannot give you regular supply of food. So out of the three things, food, clothing and shelter, clothing and shelter we are not giving that much of importance, because clothing can be met by the old clothes. Shelter, there are many people who are staying in slum areas, under bridges, in the pavement. So you can at least live. Even if you don't have a proper shelter, you can at least live, although the situation is worse. But we are considering only food as the major basic necessity, because there is a regular demand of food, there is a repetitive demand, and nobody else can give you 3 meals daily or regular supply. So there is food which should be there in your consumption basket. Now, how much food? When you are calling poor, obviously they will not think about anything which they cannot afford. Now, there is a minimum health requirement. In order to maintain your health, there is a minimum calorie intake which is required. So everyone requires that. Suppose the standard calorie unit is 2250 calories a person requires daily. This provides them with the energy to work, to survive, to lead a more or less balanced, even if not healthy life. But this is the minimum calorie requirement to survive. Now, from where do you get this calorie supply or the energy supply? From food. Now, there are different food under the food group. There is cereals, pulses, fruits, vegetables, milk. So all these are foods which adds to the nutrition value of a person. So we are only thinking about minimum requirement, basic necessities, and out of all the basic necessities, mainly we are thinking about food. And what is the minimum calorie intake? 2250 a person requires daily, and this calorie provider is the different kinds of food. So in a balanced diet, all types of food in different quantities, they contribute to the nutrient requirement of the person. Now, for example, suppose for fulfilling this 2250 calories daily, you need, suppose 200 units of cereal, 50 units of pulses, 1 fruit, 2 vegetables and 1 cup of milk. Suppose. Now, in order to get the cereals, you have to buy it with money. In order to get the pulses 50 units, you have to buy it with money. So everything, whatever amount is mentioned over here, you have to have that much of money. So the money value of all these products, if you take, suppose it is rupees 250. That means this is the minimum amount of money a person should earn in order to buy those food products which are deliberately needed in order to satisfy their calorie intake and so that they can survive. So this is the minimum amount of money, and from where do we get that? The money value of all the items of food, the minimum quantities of all these food items that a person requires to fulfill his calorie intake daily. So this defines the poverty line. So if anybody asks you what is poverty line? Poverty line means the minimum income or the minimum consumption expenditure which the person must earn to at least fulfill the minimum requirement of all the food products in order to at least get the minimum calorie intake. And if you earn less than this money, suppose rupees 100, you definitely fall in the BPL category. But if you earn more than this, that is rupees 300, you are in the above poverty line category. So poverty line is nothing but the consumption expenditure which a person needs to earn in order to meet their food requirement for the minimum energy supply to survive. And if anybody earns less, it means they cannot avail all the food, they cannot get the total energy supply needed to survive. So they are suffering from acute poverty because they cannot avail the basic necessity food according to the requirement of maintaining a good health. And anybody who is earning more than that, who can at least get the minimum requirement in life, then they are in the above poverty line zone. Now, if I want to measure the depth of poverty, now this poverty line only gives me who are lying above poverty line, who are lying below poverty line. Does it gives you the depth of poverty? No. Depth means the extent of poverty, the extent of poor. Suppose there are 3 people in this BPL category. Why? Because they all earn less than 250. So, they all are under BPL over here. But whose depth of poverty is more? The person who is earning under this zone but a very minimum amount. And what is this person's depth of poverty? So if this line signifies rupees 250, that is the poverty line, the person who is lying at rupees 100, rupees 80 and rupees 50 all are poor. But all are not equally poor. This person is less poor than compared to this person, because for him the depth of poverty is much more as he earns pretty less amount. Similarly, there are many people under above poverty line, but there are people, suppose one is earning 300, other is earning rupees 500. So both are lying above APL. So they are moving away from poverty zone. The person who is earning rupees 300 is just able to fulfill his food requirement and he has only 50 extra. With that, he will again fill up some basic requirement only. So he is not able to enjoy the luxury in life, but still he is lying above poverty line just because he can meet up his basic necessity. But the person whose income is rupees 500, he is earning income almost which can fulfill the food requirement of 2 persons daily. So his poverty, he is going farther from this poverty line, means he is in a better condition from the poor people. Not only poor people, if compared with somebody else who is lying in the above poverty line, he is even better than that. So the depth of poverty answers the question, how acute is the problem? How deep is the problem of poverty? So to what extent? There are many poor, but who is more poorer, or everybody is not equally poor? So you want to know that how acute is the problem for everybody. Now the concept of poverty line, just now, this is just an example that I have given, that suppose the poverty line is defined as rupees 250. So if you lie below this, you are below poverty, and if you are lying above, you are above poverty line. But this drawing of poverty line, or what should be the comparing income, that differs from country to country. Why it differs from country to country? It also differs from rural to urban areas. So even in the same country, the rural area have different poverty line and the urban area has a different poverty line. Because if you compare rural and urban area, or if you compare two countries, you can find the minimum calorie intake might be same, but the cost of living or the cost of products are not same everywhere. So in the rural areas, things are cheaper. So to avail the minimum calorie requirement, suppose rupees 250 is enough. But the same amount of food and same amount of calorie if you require in the urban area, each items are costly. So obviously in order to buy you need more income. So you need at least rupees 300 to avail the same calorie intake. So this happens due to difference in cost of living in both the areas. Difference in cost of living. Similarly, when you compare two countries, you will find the poverty line is different. Poverty line means the minimum income with which you compare is different for two countries, because the two countries are different. Even if the calorie intake is same, the food requirement is same, but the cost of living varies. So things are costlier somewhere and things are cheaper somewhere. So minimum amount of income that the countries require, they differ, and so the poverty line, which compares whether you are lying below or above it, also differs. Now just taking the situation of rural area and urban area. In rural areas, the minimum calorie requirement is 2400 calories, and in urban areas the same is 2100 calories. So why this difference of energy level? So rural people, if anybody is living in rural areas, they require more energy, so they need more food than compared to urban areas, because in rural areas there is people live in hardship already. Their work is strenuous, physical effort is needed. So obviously, in order to execute their life, in order to survive under those hardship, they require more calorie intake compared to the urban people. Mainly urban people are having a comfortable life, or there is no such problem regarding transportation. Mostly the work are mental and does not involve such physical stress.